Hi everyone, welcome back to Where the Gnomes Live. Today we're going to make paper mache paste, but I want to be very clear and say this is not my recipe. I did not make this recipe up. I found this recipe on, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, I'm going to put a link in the description box below, www.stolloween.com, and his name is Scott Stoll. I hope I'm saying that right, it's S-T-O-L-L. Anyway, the reason why I'm doing this video, even though Scott has one on his site, is he does his in a garage with industrial tools, and he doesn't show you how the paste should look when you're done. And brilliant video. I'm indebted to him forever for his recipes, but when I watched the video, I was left doubting myself when I made this, if I was doing the right thing. And he doesn't really tell you exactly the amounts to put in. So what I've done is this video will focus a little bit more on the end result. I will show you how to mix it all in the video, of course, but I will focus on the end result so you can see what it should look like, and then you won't doubt yourself when you're done. Lots of people use paper mache paste for their to dip newspapers in and make their projects. And I did a layer on this house here. This I don't know if you can see it there, on this mushroom house. I don't like paper mache paste at all. This stuff made with flour and water, I don't like it. I prefer glue and water. But this is an ingredient that we will need for paper mache clay, which I also will have linked at the end of this video. Paper mache clay is what I use to make mushroom caps and fill in walls and stuff like that. Paper mache clay is wonderful. So the only reason I'm making this paste is for that reason, is because it's an ingredient that goes into the clay. Of course you can use it for your paste as well. I prefer glue and water, but lots of people, they'll use this paste and they'll love it. So it's all personal preference. Okay, so we're going to get started and I'm going to show you what you need. Of course you'll need flour. It doesn't have to be this brand, and it doesn't have to be unbleached. This is just what I had on hand. You can use white flour, of course. A cup of white craft glue, cheap stuff will do. And salt. This is very important to fight against mold, so don't leave this out of your recipe. And a cup of liquid starch. Now, you can buy liquid starch already pre-made in the store. A little bit more expensive. If you have cornstarch in your cupboard, I will show you how to make liquid starch. Easy peasy. I have a video here on YouTube. You can look up here for the video link. If you don't see a video link there, then just look in the description box below and I'll show you how to make liquid starch in under 5 minutes. You just need this stuff and some water and access to your stove. Now with the liquid starch, this paste will start to smell sour after a day or so. When I first did this recipe, I didn't use anything to fragrance to fight that smell, and I got kind of nauseated when I was using it. So to fix that, you just add in a cap or two of Mr. Clean or Lysol or any type of cleaner that has a fragrance in it, something that you like, a nice smell, and that'll take care of that sour, starchy smell. So a quick rundown of that again is flour, starch, white glue, salt, Mr. Clean, water, a big bowl, and a hand mixer to mix everything all up, like a hand beater. So that's about it. Now we can get started. 6 cups of flour, and then some salt. Now you probably don't need this much as I put in, but I like to put in a little extra because it does help with mold. So I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons in. And there's 1, 2, and 3, and a little bit extra for good luck. Now I'm going to put that cup of liquid starch in there. Then 1 cup of that white glue. About a capful of that Mr. Clean, maybe a little bit more. So now we're going to put in our water, and I use warm water to dissolve all that stuff in there, and I'm going to start with about 8 cups of warm water. And now very thoroughly we're going to mix it up with our mixer. So I think that's about right there. That was 8 cups of warm water, and this feels like a very runny pancake batter, and that's what the site said it should look like. The other time I've made this recipe, I've actually added more water, but I think this is actually quite perfect right here. Alrighty, so that's the end of part 1. For those of you who just wanted to make the paste It is now ready to use. If you're not going to use it right now, then put a lid on it and stick it in the fridge. And there it should keep for about a week, maybe a little bit longer. When you go to use it, you're going to have to stir it up because all that stuff will settle at the bottom. So you just want to give it a stir. I like to use it at room temperature, so I just leave it out of the fridge for a little bit. And like I said, it should keep for about a week, maybe longer. With our salt and our Mr. Clean in there shouldn't be any issues. Alright, so we'll stop talking and I'm going to do some cleanup right now, and I'm going to get ready to start making my paper mache clay. So those of you who want to make clay, then head on over to part 2. If you don't see the annotation popping up on your screen, then just look in the description box below this video.